brazos, pies y piernas. Venga. Y cuídense.
¿No? Si yo estoy así, mejor que
Ni siquiera puedo dormir.
también tienen
Pero es que en el otro... Ni siquiera puedo dormir. Pero es que en el otro... Se acaba la sal, el corazón a la gente siempre. Bueno.
Qué rico. ¿Viste aquí? ¿Sí?
Excuse me, we are looking for a dog. Ay, ay, ay. Never mind. Excuse me.
Where are you, son? Nemo? Not again.
Let's go explore the big blue world. I'm sure we'll see him any minute now. Oh, science is great, there's so much to know. I'm aboard explorers, it's time to go.
What if Nemo's swimming out the sea?
Oh, don't worry, just keep your eyes open for him along the way. Oh, let's go explore, explore, explore. Let's go explore the big blue world.
Mr. Ray, we can't explore without Nemo.
I'm sure we'll see him any minute now.
Nemo!
Oh, science is great, there's so much to know. Climb aboard explorers, it's time to go.
What if Nemo's swimming out the sea?
Oh, don't worry, just keep your eyes open for him along the way.
Nemo!
Oh, let's go explore, explore, explore. Let's go explore the big blue world.
Mr. Ray, we can't explore without Nemo.
I'm sure we'll see him any minute now.
Nemo!
Oh, science is great, there's so much to know.
Nemo! Where are you, Nemo? He's my son. You know that. We went on a huge adventure together, which you don't remember at all.
Is he orange with white stripes and looks kind of like you, only smaller?
Yes, have you seen him?
Seen who? Hi, I'm Dory.
Stop playing games!
Games? I love games. Ooh, I'm thinking of something pink and bouncy that looks like a balloon.
Ah, jellyfish!
Right. Okay, now I'm thinking of something pink, kind of balloony.
That's jellyfish!
You're good. And I'm thinking
Jellyfish!
Swim over and say good day to your old pal Bruce. Don't worry, morsel, mate. Fish are friends, not food. Delicious friends. I wonder if clownfish taste.
Just put your fence out and go with the flow!
Right behind you, Dad!
Well, everybody's looking for you.
When your dad comes on, he was like, whoa! And then he was like, whoa! Now he was like, whoa! I saw all these jellies and anglerfish and sharks.
Whoa! Kill a motor, kid.
Hey, Jim, I'm right with you!
Righteous offspring!
Awesome!
ready to go. Let's go.
The big blue world.
Hey, I'm
gonna go explore.
Not too far.
The big blue world.
So much to discover.
I've never seen before.
Totally, dude.
So many creatures swimming around the sea.
The big blue world.
Watch this!
Awesome.
The big blue world.
Righteous.
With all our friends.
I love friends.
The big blue world. It's a journey that never ends.
Hey, where are you going? Starfish can turn our stomachs inside out. I can amuse your friends. I miss the excitement of the dentist's office.
discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. The surface of the land, roots trap water from the flowing mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
Predators like ladybugs and wasps to control pests. In Japan, we're learning that by adding composted leaves and other plant material to our soil, we can reduce the need for fertilizers. In farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In Saudi Arabia and Mexico, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on salt
waters for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land. Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratories, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources.
So amazing.
While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests, like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year. Like this vertical growing system, plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Laboratories. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the Behind the Seeds walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratory. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop.
chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, and I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie coochie coo, and taste. Taste my chicken. Can I go? Please, please, please.
No, I don't want you out of my sight.
Outside? Okay. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Figment, you are not to interfere with the tour. Our first stop is the sound lab. We'll begin by testing your hearing with a series of tones. Left ear, right ear. Left, right. What? This is odd. Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
It's Figment.
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you've got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
No, you haven't. It's over here. All aboard. Woo-hoo! Next stop, imagination. For every sound your ears are hearing, 1,000 thoughts can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things. From just a sound, your mind has wings.
Continuing now, if I may, in a calm, scientific, figment-free manner, the things we see with our eyes can control the eyes of the imagination. Let's begin by using the eye chart to test your vision. Now, all together, if you would please read line 3 and...
With F-I-G-F-E-N-T, you can see things differently. Sure, you can see with your eyes, but imagine what you could see if you used your imagination. Follow the bouncing figment. One spark of light can light your fancy. Your mind sees more than what your eyes see. Your sense of sight can make your fancy fly. There's more to sight than meets the eye. Just turn your imagination loose and anything can happen.
Our research shows that smells often trigger the imagination, especially when pleasant, familiar smells come into play.
I'd love to.
This is not a good time.
It's always a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll! Woohoo! You win 1 cent! Of course, Doc, the nose knows. One awful whiff can send you reeling. One lovely sniff can be appealing. Your mind defines what enters through your nose. That's how you tell a skunk is not a rose.
You know, I'm sorry, but after that big stink in the smell lab, I hesitate to send you into the touch and taste labs. Perhaps I should end my open house right here.
Great idea. We'll go to my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody.
Figment, what is going on? You're turning this entire open house upside down.
Upside down? Now you're talking. That's the best idea you've had all day. With just a spark of inspiration, I made my house an innovation. Imagination really clowns around. Makes downside up and upside down. Now here's a real open house. Come on in. So, what do you think? Is it neat?
More than you can imagine.
Doc, it's exactly what I imagined. Imagination is the brain open house.
Of course! Imagination is just turning your thinking upside have sparks?
Imaginations! That's how our minds create creations.
We set them free and know what they can do. Those magic sparks from me and you.
I knew you'd get it, because you have a wonderful imagination.
I do? Oh, yes. Thank you, Figment. So, as you can plainly see, imagination works the best when it's set free.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast. Imagination, imagination. A dream can be a dream come true. With just that spark from me and you.
All inspiration is at the heart of all creation, right at the start of everything that's new. One little spark lights up for you. And now we invite you to set your imaginations free in the Image Works.
Hooray!
You're looking good, team. Pilot, engage second stage rocket. Now. Engaged. Leaving Earth orbit. Velocity 15,000. 16,000. You should have visual of the space station now, and you are on course for your slingshot around the moon. Navigator, fire rockets for lunar orbit insertion. Now. Computer override. LOI confirmed. Beautiful sight, isn't it? Something to dream about on the way to Mars. Engineer, activate hypersleep. Now. Activated. Hypersleep duration 3 months. Monitoring mode. Rise and shine. Let's go, team. We've got a problem. Beginning evasive maneuvers. This meteor storm is directly over your Mars landing site. Proximity alert. Pilot, deploy the shield. Now. Computer override. Shield deployed. We're ready for deorbit burn. Navigator, fire rockets for descent. Now. Computer override. Rocket fired. 200 miles to planet surface. Engineer, extend wings for gliding. Now. Wings extended. We lost autopilot. Commander, activate manual control. Now. All hands on the control stick. Pull back. Pull back. Left. Pull left. Watch the canyon wall. Now right. feet. 200
Watch
feet.
the barrier.
15 feet.
Pull back. Hang on.
Down and clear. Alert. Location. Canyon edge. Don't move a muscle. Good work, team. You made it to the landing site. Welcome to Mars. And welcome to the Astronaut Corps.
Okay.
We'll begin with the capability test to see how your vehicle designs perform under challenging weather and surface conditions.
Monitoring road surface. Next, on bar. SIM card performance data acquired.
Not too good.
Let's see how your designs hold up now.
Commencing SIM car off-road and extreme weather simulator. Capability test results displayed and verified.
Now let's see how your vehicles compare when it comes to their efficiency.
Scanning SIM card for optimal configuration. Gauging EcoScan for aerodynamic efficiency. Drive systems analysis. Hyperspectral imaging in progress. Calculating total environment impact. Commencing responsiveness test.
Okay, the responsiveness data is now being synchronized.
Automated driving technology verified and active. Automated crash avoidance technology disengaged. Displaying responsiveness data.
Here's the final test.
Energizing for power test.
Exactly. Steve, on the way to the airport.
Displaying power test results. SimTrack performance testing complete.
This concludes the performance test. You'll be able to see on your
Mantenga las manos y brazos y pies y piernas adentro del bote y vigilen a sus niños. ¿Ya? Have a good trip now.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, I know you do. You also play the magic winter show with summer snow for spending me and you. We're going up to Elsie's ice palace with you, all of you. See you there.
Tell us the story again, please.
On a day very much like today, Aria saved her sister with an unselfish act of true love and thought of frozen heart.
Oh, and now they're best friends. Hey, you're going into the ice palace.
Let's just call it delight.